for the fans. The glory for the pinstripes.
Look, I'm going to be direct with you. 4 prospects for a guy with a career ERA over 4. Is that madness or brilliance? Because that's exactly what the Yankees just did. Tuesday, Ryan Weathers came over from Miami, and in return, an entire package of young players went out the door. Dylan Lewis, Brendan Jones, Dylan Josso, Juan Matias. 4 names nobody really knows yet, but names that could have turned into something, and that's where the problem starts. The Yankees are betting on potential, not on numbers, not on pretty stats, on raw potential. Because what do they have right now? Garrett Cole is injured. Carlos Rodon won't be back until May, maybe June. Max Fried standing alone at the top of the rotation like some kind of savior. That's not sustainable. You simply can't start a season like that. Not when you're the Yankees. Not when the pressure in New York crushes people far more prepared than this. So what did? They went after Weathers, 26 years old, left-hander, 5-pitch mix, velocity in the 96th percentile in 2025. Once looked like a massive prospect in San Diego. Never took off. Injuries, inconsistency, the kind of story you already know by heart. But then there's a detail. Miami got this guy, and something changed. A 3.63 ERA in 2024. Only 16 starts, sure, but 3.63. In 2025, he improved even more. A 3.99 ERA in 8 games. Fewer outings, yes, but the direction was right. So the question isn't why did the Yankees get him? The real question is, why did the Marlins let him go? Because look, if you believe Weathers has finally figured it out, if you think he's one healthy season away from becoming an all-star, why on earth would you trade that for 4 kids who haven't proven anything yet? Unless Miami knows something we don't. Chronic injuries, fragile mentality, a ceiling that just isn't that high. I don't know. Something. And that's where the poison in this trade lives.
Because the Yankees are buying hope. They're telling the clubhouse, the fans, the New York media, trust us, we know what we're doing. But do they really? Weathers has never pitched 30 games in a season. Never. He came close once, in 2021, his rookie year. And after that, nothing. Injuries, the bench, inconsistency, that roller coaster that ruins careers. Now imagine that in New York. Imagine the pressure, a packed Yankee Stadium, the media on him after every mistake, every pitch over the heart of the plate that turns into a home run, every loss becoming a headline. Can this guy handle that? I don't know. Nobody knows. And look, before we go any further, if you're enjoying this breakdown, if you want to understand the inside of these decisions nobody talks about, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, because we're not here to repeat what everyone else already said. We're here to go deep, to understand what actually matters, and you're part of that. All right, let's talk about Miami then, because from their side, it's a different story. They got volume, 4 young players. None of them are top prospects. Nobody here is showing up on MLB pipeline lists as a future MVP, but they're 4 bets. Lewis is 22, speed, power, could be a 2020 guy in the majors. Jones is a lefty, plays good defense, but the bat is still a question mark. Josso hit 13 home runs in AA. Nice. Mathea stole 40 bases. Also nice. But what does that really mean? It means Miami is doing what small market teams do. Accumulate, play the numbers game, hope 1 or 2 pan out. And if 3 of the 4 fail, so be it. At least they tried. It's a survival strategy. The Yankees don't have that luxury. They need to win now. The clock is ticking. Aaron Judge won't be around forever. The roster is built. The window is open. But for how long? That's why the pressure on Weathers is enormous.
He's not coming in to be the 5th starter. He's coming in to hold the rotation together until Cole and Rodon return. He might even be the 2nd best pitcher on the team for the first 2 months. Do you feel the weight of that? And there's more. If he gets hurt again, if his ERA climbs back over 4, if he can't handle the pressure, the Yankees didn't just lose 4 young players. They lost the season because there is no plan B. There's nobody left in the farm system who can come up and save things. They've already traded everyone they could without touching the untouchables. So this is it. It's Weathers or chaos. Now tell me, does this look like risk management or desperation? Because I look at this trade and I see both sides. I see the logic. I see the talent. I see the 2024 and 2025 numbers that point to growth. But I also see the fragility. I see the history. I see a guy who's never been able to sustain consistency. And that scares me. Because in sports, The difference between hero and villain is one season, one injury, one moment of weakness. Weathers could be the steal of the year. He could become that pitcher everyone says, "I always knew it." But he could also be just another name on the list of bets that didn't work out. And the Yankees are going to have to live with that. Just like Miami will have to live with the possibility that they gave away a future all-star for nothing. Because that's what trades really are deep down. Russian roulette. You bet, you hope, you trust that you read it right. But nobody knows. Nobody ever really knows. So tell me in the comments, do you think the Yankees got it right? Or did they just make a move that could cost them the season? And Miami? Did they do the right thing? Or did they let a potential ace slip away? Drop your take below. Debate it with us. Because in the end, that's what this is about. Understanding the game behind the game. And this game, this one is far from over.